Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back with our BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by the champion herself, Christine, the Misfit Ferea. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm curious. You came to BKFC. You started off fantastic. You became a huge star. I've done a lot of these interviews and asked people to send in questions and support. You by far have gotten the biggest outpouring of support. At what point did you start getting all that? Was it right off the bat for BKFC, or was there a certain fight that after you got that win, everybody suddenly loved you and wanted to support you no matter what?
I had I have really good diehard fans. Um, so I've really got good support, but when it started increasing at bare knuckles, kind of like when they kind of shelved me, and then my people really came in and was like, "What the hell? She's knocking people out. She's, you know, dominating. Why aren't you giving her fights?" So I think that's around the time that I really seen a lot more um following from people is when they were trying to shelve me. So my people came in and saved it.
Okay, so I was just accused of being critical of BKFC because there are several fighters. One of your good friends, Arnold, has been sitting on the sideline for quite a while.
Mm,
So I said, hey, look, where are these guys at? And I was accused of being critical because I was asking, why aren't we seeing more of you guys? And it sounds like it worked for you. So I was hoping it would work for some of these other ones. But why is it such an issue to get you top tier fighters so many fights?
um, it varies. There's so many different reasons for this. There there were several reasons for me, and everybody's story is different. So, I mean, it could go from you don't have enough numbers to you're a boring fighter to um maybe they don't like you, I mean, that'll never be said, but you'll know if they like you or not. It could be nobody wants to fight you. I mean, there's so many different reasons why a fighter's not fighting. You could be asking for too much money. Just there's several different things that could be happening behind the scenes.
When they did shelf you, did they give you a reason or did you know?
Mm, no, I didn't know, but I'm pretty sure there were there's certain things you don't want to get into, you know what I mean, that are just for you and the promotion to know. And a lot of people don't
Sure.
understand how to move and make shit work. But then, I mean, that's when they're gonna lose their opportunity. You just got to find a way to be undeniable and to make shit happen. Pretty much, you just gotta. It's a game of chess. Life is chess. This fight game is chess. Business is chess. You got to make the moves that are gonna force people in bad positions to lose and you to win.
The one thing people say about you is you're so mentally tough, you're mentally strong, and you have such a brilliant mind. Did you have somebody mentor you in this fight game and get you there, or is this all self-taught?
It's basically experience and a lot of denial, a lot of not getting opportunity, um, perseverance. Pain makes you grow. Pain makes you smarter. Pain pushes you to levels where a lot of people will give up, and if you don't give up in that pain, so that's something that's been a key in my success and key for me to keep going is just persevering through the times that it seems hopeless. Um, Mentorship, I mean, not really. A little bit. I would watch a lot of people. I study the greats, but direct mentorship, I've never had that. In terms of
Okay,
like my
your
fight career,
last. Oh,
yeah, yeah, just in terms of
sorry, it
like
was a
like
pause on my end.
it's okay. Yeah, I paused for a second. And like when I was,
No, you're good.
the large portion of my career. I have a little bit more guidance now, um, but for most of my career, I didn't.
Okay, so Dave has said that he's pushing for you to get a big fight Are you involved with that at all? Are you going to be surprised? Has he mentioned any names to you?
Um, he's pushing for it. I believe him. The dude's never, whenever he says something, he does it to the best of his ability. Um, do I have a part in that? Yeah, I have a part in how I promote myself, brand myself, and draw attention to myself. So that makes his job easier, my job, and the matchmaker's jobs easier to be able to match me. Um, so that's my involvement. We're all a team, no matter what the fighter and the promoter, you know, or everybody in the company and the business. We are all a team, and we all can't succeed in this if we don't have each other and we don't work together to put the pieces together. If two teammates are fighting, it's just too conflicting, and then it's just stalemate, and nothing happens, or or it gets worse. The situation gets worse. So yeah, I do my part, he does his part, and if the stars are aligned, it happens.
Okay, a lot of people say you're on, the goat, but they always preface, "Oh, she's the woman's goat." To me, I feel like if BKFC was to have like a Mount Rushmore right now, you would absolutely be one of the four up there. For me right now, I've got you, Lorenzo Hunt, and Luis Palomino, and there's a whole bunch of different cases for the fourth person. But to me, you are absolutely the face of BKFC, and I feel like it's disrespectful to be like, oh well, she's the woman's goat, because your career, like everything you've done in BKFC, you're how dominant you've been. Like I don't see how you wouldn't be lumped in with everybody.
Yeah, just I mean, there's a difference though. There's for me, like, okay, between men and women, we can't. There's no comparison. Like, for
Sure.
me, there's no comparison between a man and a woman. Like, can we say I am the the best? Well, then I would have to fight that other person on the other side that is challenging me for that position. So say it's Lorenzo Hunt. Like, come on, I hit him in the face. It's gonna literally be like a 5-year-old hitting me. So, and if he hits me once, then I have probably no more life left. So can't really, the comparison there is, for me, there's no comparison between the male and female at this point in the game. I mean, all the names that you named we've been here a long time, so there's a lot more people to be able to show who they are. At this point, yeah, those names you mentioned, and myself included, we're at the top right now, and we have the most experience, and we're doing what others cannot right now. So I agree with your statement, and I think it's going to grow. And the more that the sport is studied, um, and the more fights that coaches get and fighters get, the better the fights are going to be, and then the more competition and eliteness is going to be around.
Somebody had posted they would like to know, how do you stay so mentally sharp before a fight?
Um, just is focus and discipline, and not letting anything else get in my mind during the preparation time, or any preparation time. Anything you're preparing for, you just got to be laser focused.
Okay, so we recently talked to Dr. Jerry yesterday. He said you were the most intense athlete that he's ever been around, but you bring out the best in everybody who trains with you and does anything with you. So he just thought you were phenomenal. Can you talk about adding the Rasha to your your arsenal of fighting stuff? And like I said, ever since you seem like you joined Rasha, you're completely even more hyper focused.
Yeah, definitely. So the science behind it, um, he's the genius of that. Sound waves or sound frequencies, and all of that stuff in our brain. We have electricity in our body, all that stuff, all the science behind it. Um, I was into meditation before, and visualization and all of that stuff. But when he had me try his machine, it like brought the science with the meditation. So I would meditate and visualize, and whatever frequencies and stuff that he created, that for Tesla and all of that stuff, Nikola Tesla, I don't understand all the way fully, but I just know that um, what it does to my body, physically and mentally, emotionally, has been mind blowing. And the anxiety, I have performance anxiety because, I don't like to lose. I'm perfectionist. So that can create a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. So it just kind of helped like mild everything and bring everything like slower. That's how I'm explaining it. Like it slowed everything down for me. And the recovery aspect of it uh, physically has been amazing. And even when I cut weight, like my fight nutritionist does it. Has the she does my pulse and my blood pressure and all that stuff. And so like if I'm sitting and my heart rate's going 145, I don't remember what's the heart rate that I had to step out at. 120. So if I'm sitting there and I'm in the heat and it's my heart rate's at sitting at 120 when regularly it's at 48 to 52, then they make me get out. So it was really high. It was like sitting at 115 and I'm trying to get this weight off. We put the Raja on and it brought my heart rate down. So that's when I really became a huge, not without taking me out of the heat. So that's another big eye opener for me because, a lot of people try to sell me things or want me to market for them or brand for them. And they pay you do whatever. But like I like to promote products that I believe in first and foremost. And when that happened too, I was an even more believer, and I really started pushing it. Really, really started pushing Raja, and telling the other athletes, this is real. Check this out. My people, my acquaintances, business partners, all of that. I like, dude, you need to check this out, because yeah, it can do stuff mentally for you. You can't really prove it, right? I'm like, oh yeah, it does this for me, it does that for me. The people are like, oh, you're just strong. You just know how to do this. But when it came down to my actual pulse dropping while being in the heat without taking me out, that's a whole nother level. That was proof for me to continue to keep using this and stand behind Raja.
It's kind of interesting because when I told people I was going to be interviewing Dr. Jer, people were like, "Oh, he's a witch doctor. It's voodoo." And I said, "Look, I know Christine and I know Austin Trout. Both people have said that it has absolutely been a game changer, and there's got to be
Yeah,
something to it. And neither one of you would throw your money or your mouth, behind something that you didn't believe in."
right. No, absolutely not, because my brand and who I am depends on my what I'm putting out there. And if it's all false shit, then no one's gonna believe me. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm super skeptical, and I have, little whiz over here, Jules, like vet everybody, and we really dig into our sponsors and dig into people that we work with, because then it'll ruin my name, and I'm not cool with that.
Let's pay Jules a compliment. Since she's came on board, she's definitely made your life easier. She might have made
Yeah.
it a little more difficult because now you're a mom, but having somebody who's able to take so much of that off of your plate, can you talk about how great it is having Jules in your life?
Oh yeah, yeah. Having Jules, it's been great. I met her. She was my manager at first, and then it turned into something else by chance. I don't know how that happened. I've never mixed my business, never in combat sports, in the gyms. I've never dated a fighter. I've never been with anybody in the gym, anything. So I've never like mixed that. I was a strong believer in that. Um, and then her business mind is crazy, just how she moves in business and in life is pretty dope, and smooth. So it's been a huge she's been a huge asset for me in my career and in my life, and teaches me a bunch of stuff. And yeah, but then, when she became the matchmaker, she decided to, go hiatus on my management because it's conflict of interest, which makes sense. So I had to take that hit. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, she's working for you in the background," and I'm like, okay, and she can't fight for me. And actually, this hurts me more than it helps me, because now she can't even work for me. So it's people don't even understand what goes on in the background and the hits we both take. She can't just she's posting every other girl on her page. Imagine your man or your woman posting every other fighter that you're fighting, or just like people don't get that side of it. and I have to just let it ride, and I just let her do her job. This is something she wants to do. She wants to help women. She wants to, you know, change combat sports for women, and I can't get in the way of those dreams for someone, especially someone I love. So it's been awesome, and she's great support at home, and she doesn't bug me, and she doesn't, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? She's in the business, so she understands how important everything I do is. Like when I'm not going out or I'm boring and all of this stuff, she's enduring it at the moment while I'm still active in my career. So it's nice to have.
One of my favorite sayings is you said the 115 division is your graveyard. You now have a 125 division graveyard. Does going up to 135 interest you? Are you trying
Yeah,
to bring a name in
yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, 125 is gonna 115 is my graveyard. Now 125 is gonna be my graveyard. I'm trying to send them down to 125, but most likely they're too damn lazy and they're gonna go up to 145, and then they're gonna go have to deal with Borga. So they're gonna have me and Borga they're gonna have to deal with. So that's not in between. So it's either be lazy and don't cut the weight and go up to Borga, or stay with me, or go down to 125, which will beef up the 125 division. Yeah, I want the 135 division. They're big, but I mean, I think my skills and the power I'm gonna have at 135 is gonna transition very well, and my speed. So yeah, 135, bring in a big name. 135, let's go with the girls there. We got number one, Crystal Pittman. I don't know if she's sitting over there wanting to get more experience, whatever, but I'm here. I've been asking for her for a while now, and I'm pretty sure there's decline on their side because there's no answer. I'm not sure if they're declining or just not answering. So if you're not answering, you're declining, in my opinion. I mean, who doesn't want to make money? Who doesn't want to fight um, the best there is right now in bare knuckle
you and
as a
Borga?
female?
Like I can't tell if you guys like each other, if you don't like each other.
This is a competition. So you see the respect in me, right? After fights,
Sure.
like I'm not. The fight game. It's very real. We could all lose our lives in there at any time. I take this very seriously. So when I'm preparing for a fight, if I was friends with you before, I promise you during those 6 to 8 to 12 weeks, whatever I'm signed with you, you are not my friend. You are my enemy, and it'll flip on the drop of a drop of the signing. I sign, you are now my enemy, period. I want nothing good for you or your family or your friends or anyone that's associated with you. You are the enemy. So with Borga, I mean, she, her team at the time, I was cool with her. I didn't have a problem with her. Her coach tries to get too much in the mix. Like he tries to be up in it. Like, first of all, we're two women going at it or speaking. Why is a dude gonna come in and try and especially your manager, super unprofessional? Let us build our fight. If we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight. Let us build it. So
Sure.
it started getting like mixed up like that. He got it messy and ugly and weird. He doesn't know how to move in this business, apparently. So that's where it started getting sticky. And then her husband started getting into it. And so I don't ever attack family. That's what I do. I don't want to attack family. And most of the time, I don't
Sure.
attack coaches unless they attack me. Even like with Britton Hart's mom and all that, she would talk shit to me. I didn't say anything to her because I just don't do that. But like her husband started coming at me so hard, and I just got sick of it, and I started talking my shit. So it got personal between me and Borga. So that's where that went with that. Competitively, none of us should like each other. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna come into this fight." Da, da, da. I'm like, fuck you. No, you want everything I work for. You want to knock me out, possibly take my life in there. No, we're not fucking friends, and this is not anything nice. This is nothing nice from the time I'm in fight camp with you. After, shake, do whatever, unless you did some shady shit, then stay away from me. Um, so competitively, I don't really like anybody, honestly. Competitively, you're my enemy. You know, I want women's bare knuckle women's combat sports to grow, period. I want us to have respect. If you're out there fighting, doing what you got to do, putting this first, then I respect you. If you're just halfway fighter, being a little hoe on Instagram, being a little hoe on OnlyFans, and you're using combat sports to push that forward first, and that's first, then fuck you. You just a hoe, and you're gonna get your ass whooped. So I'm here, and I have respect for the people that are trying to make this grow, because women's combat sports is in a position, a very good position, and has grown so much. We're making a lot more money. We're getting a lot more respect, and we need to keep that momentum going. And in order to do that, we all need to put this first and give it the best, give it our best.
Okay.
So the
Do
question
you
was, are we friends? I don't know. We're acquaintances. We're like-minded in a way of wanting to be the best. I don't know.
Okay, and then my last
Yes, sir.
question for you that everybody wants to know, is there a timetable when we will see you back?
I would be back yesterday on Saturday night if I could. I heard March, April, but I don't know. I don't know about that. So, I mean, I'm not think I'm thinking more April, May, June, probably. Because I haven't heard back, and it's a little close to be telling me I have a
Sure.
camp. I mean, I want at least 6 to 8 weeks to get ready. So I do. That's my preference, and I'm a champion, and I deserve that. So I've done a lot of short notice, and I'm up for it, but I just want my 6 to 8, especially if I'm going in a new weight class. Um,
Sure.
so I think April, May, June.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you. I always enjoy talking to you. You're such a nice person. I feel like a lot of people see you in the ring and you are absolutely a psychopath. But like when you're out of
Yeah,
camp, you're a lovely
yeah.
person to talk to.
Oh yeah. In camp, I'm not the person to talk to. I'm psycho.
No.
So it's a whole nother person.
All right. Well, I look forward to talking to you again. Maybe we'll see another belt
Thank
on
you.
your waist. But good luck in
Yeah.
the future, and I can't wait to talk more. And hang on one second, I'll ask you something off camera.